Good evening, people. Good evening. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all just don't know how much of a struggle this is to, be like, I'm going to talk on live. I could talk to you all day in front of me, but live, that's kind of a struggle, But anyways, we're going to get over this hump. But I wanted to start a Black History series. I used to love Black History. Like, that was like my favorite part of school. Black History Month. Getting to learn something about my culture. I was always like, if anybody know me, they went to school with me. I think everybody's favorite year of Black History was, I think, third grade, Miss Kelly's class. I think Bundy was Martin Luther King, and I was, I don't even know, was I somebody? I want to say Rosa Parks. Someone, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, it's too long. But anyways, tonight we're gonna talk about Medusa. Did you know? Bet you didn't know Medusa was black. She was a black woman. A black African goddess woman. Let me rephrase that. She was an African goddess. So, the story of Medusa is that she's a Greek mythology creature. That was a story, but she's real too. But there's a story of her. And in this story, she was hunted by warriors for her head as a prize. The beauty of her would turn you into stone. Well, basically, that's not how they put it though. They put it at the sight of her would turn you into stone. And they were trying to percept that she was ugly, but she was beautiful. But we'll get into that later. But she was a real African goddess, and some of the things that describe her are the reasons why we know she's an African goddess. I mean, she wore hair that resonated to them to be snake-like. That's another tactic in the story that kind of gave her mythologic creature. They came up with these ideas of like, oh, it made her a monster. But anyways, so yeah, but she had dreads, y'all. They didn't know what to call her hairstyle. I mean, what would you call her hairstyle? You came over, first time being on Earth, you come over and you're like, what kind of hairstyle is that? Look like snakes. I don't know. I like my little snakes. You get my snakes down, but I like my little snakes. But anyways, she had dreads. She also was said to have worn a live pouch around her waist that carried snakes. And this represented wisdom and renewal. So, but yeah, her name is an Egyptian name. It comes from the Egyptian Mat, truth. So she was the goddess of truth. And she represented truth. But how do we know she's black? Well, man, she's Egyptian. So Egyptian and Egyptians. Egypt's in Africa. I don't know where you thought Egypt was, but it's in Africa. Then dreads. So, but the Egyptians had dreads too. That's where the first known recognized for this hairstyle was in the Egyptian. I mean, you can look it up. It's in artifacts and it's in mummified. You see these artifacts of mummified, so dreads. So it's Egyptian. They came in Egyptian. The Egyptians were black, but Egypt's in Africa. So that's my theory. That's the research I know. That's why I keep it down. So I make sure I give y'all all the research that I got. That's very important. These are some key points that I really want to get y'all to hear, because it was very amazing to me that Medusa was black. I'm like, never would have thought this creature I mean, have y'all ever seen Medusa on TV? Like, she's really supposed to be like this safe woman, and she's so ugly, and the sight of her just turns you into stone. But they gave it like a bad perception, though. A bad perception. Like she was ugly. But this goes into the whole reason why they made up this story. They made up this Medusa story because the Europeans feared African spirituality, melanin, and black women with power. They made this whole story up because they was scared of us. Scared of us. And especially if you had spirituality preferences and you practice African spirituality, yeah, they were scared of y'all. They were scared of y'all. The story was made up to, or created to, demonize, make us look bad, make us look like we ugly people, demonize the black women. That's how, like, a lot of people say, some people don't like how Tyler Perry always, perceive women to be. So this is like, kind of like that. This is how they perceived us to be. So, that's what the story was brought up about. Because they hated her beauty. They were jealous. They hated on her. She was a beautiful, beautiful woman. Do you really see them giving us our props for being beautiful? Not really. Not really. I mean, for real though, like, have you ever seen a black woman so fine, outrageous, beautiful, magnificent, and powerful, and just the presence of her just makes you turn into stone? I got one. I got a woman. Not probably all like the sexual person you probably thinking, but think about it. Michelle Obama. I seen posts of when she came to the inauguration and how y'all had made her a superwoman on some posts and stuff on Instagram and stuff. It was really, really, really cool. So that tells you right there, she's a powerful black woman. Power. Just the presence of her makes you what? Stop, right? Just like when she walking around, she could stop the whole crowd. Everything just shut down. Everything just stops. Like you could drop a pin. Bloop. She was like, that's how she was like. That's what Medusa was like. She was just like powerful like that. So, you know what I'm saying? But to go on with this, to also tell you why this story was created, that she was ugly and the perception of her and all this. The story was created to prevent white Caucasian men, or Caucasian men, whatever. I mean, whatever, white, Caucasian, they all the same, whatever. But anyways, the story was created to prevent white men from falling a prey to her glorious and magnificent, her beauty. Like I said, they hated on her beauty, so this was all brought up for them. Because they wanted to stop or prevent mixed races. No mixies. They didn't want no mixies. No mixies. They were scared of our skin, the melanin, the genetics we had, the beauty. But they really didn't stop nothing. I mean, I guess it kind of makes me think about, you tell somebody no, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it. What they gonna do, they gonna do it. So they really didn't succeed in that. We got mixed people in the world. It's beautiful people still. But the story was made for them to not mix with black people. They were just really they felt like the white man would fall in love with black Pinocha. And wouldn't go back, and wouldn't make more white Caucasian people. The story is made up just to cover up our beauty, give us a perception of being undesirable and ugly. And a lot of times, That's what society has us thinking, that us as black people, that we're not desirable, we're not beautiful enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not something, we're not this, we're not that. We don't, for us to not love the skin we're in. We're melanin, we're powerful. We're powerful people, we're beautiful women. Embrace that. And this whole story of Medusa being ugly, I've said it over and over each time again, is for them to demonize us and make us feel unwanted or unpretty. But you know what? I feel pretty. However this song goes, whatever. But this is a short little series that I want to do, y'all. I want to try to come with you about Black history. Like I said, Black history was one of my favorite topics in school, and I love to learn about different people I didn't know. So in this here's Black history story series that I want to do, get my words out. In this Black history series I want to do like black people that you didn't know about, like not the typical Martin Luther King and all that. I know y'all don't want to sit up in here and listen to me talk about no Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all of that. We learned about that in school. Let's learn about some grown people shit, right? So some of you actually want to hear some shit you actually didn't know, something to open your mind, make you think. That's what the Lion's Den is about. It's about putting you in a space and making you think. Make you think. I'm gonna make you think. Because I didn't sit here and think. So I want y'all to think. But I appreciate y'all joining the show tonight. Like I said, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, to see more shows. But I want to close out with this. I might close out with this every night. I kind of like this. When I wrote this down, I was like, oh, I like this. I'm gonna close out with this. So I'm gonna close out with this. These stories that they have made of Medusa, or this story basically they have made of Medusa, has blacked us out through whitewash. The story it's to black us out through whitewashing. You never knew that story was about a black woman and what it really represented and what it really meant. But like I said, I'm gonna make you think. Thank you for tuning in to the Lion's Den.